All right. Now if I can just get my desktop to view the live stream here. I'm not sure how I can figure out how to get that on there. Let's see here. Can I find it in my channel?
Hey, welcome to.
Oh, there's me talking on my own channel. It's not showing up under the live. There we go. Now, hopefully I can see comments as they pop up and as people show up. That should be pretty good. There's a whole minute of me just moving my mouse around. All right, so let's bring this just a little closer in. I was working on the escorts today, so I have a couple more to take pictures of, get those on there on the website. So I'll do that probably tomorrow, finish some of those up. I did get 4 of them on there today. The Jaguar in the background is a convention piece from 1995. I just picked this. This came up in the mail today, so I'll be adding some of that. I do want to add a lot of the all of the convention pieces. That's just going to take a while. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? So just getting started here. I'm glad you joined us. Looks like you're the first person in. We got another person in. There we go. Starting to see the messages pop up there. And then I got this Ford 5-pack in. So there's that 5-spoke again I was talking about. You can get in the Ford 5-pack. And then there's 2 different variations I need to add for this Ford. And I just bought this one for the 5-spoke, but also to kind of see which base was on this one. So this one's the painted base, and then the Thunderbird Stalker is the unpainted base. It comes in both ways, painted, unpainted. So I'll add those also and this package to the website. So you'll see those on there, and kind of go in. Busy, work nearly 65 hours in 5 days. Barely getting 65. I remember when I went back to work after retiring from the Navy, I was pulling some 65, 70-hour work weeks. And it was rough, but there was a lot of learning, so it was kind of fun in the beginning. And then it kind of, trickled down as I was, learning all different departments and everything like that. But yeah, that's a lot of time at a place. I could tell you that right now. I'm getting ready to start my new job on Monday. So I'll be working at King's Dominion. So I just finished all the onboarding for that, and we'll report to HR, and then out to the shop. I'll be the facilities area manager. Yep, facilities area manager. So pretty excited about getting that going, starting that. The guy that I talked to for the hiring process been there for like 20 years. So, and his boss has been there for 40 years. So it seems like a place that you could stay for a while and really enjoy it. So I'm hoping that's the case. Obviously I did, the 21 years in the Navy, so like having that stability is something that's important to me, in a place and a good place to work. So this should hoping this will work out. But it sounds like fun, right? Walk around the theme park and be able to take care of the grounds and the buildings and all that kind of stuff, and run the departments for those. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So I'll keep you all posted on how that kind of goes. There's some awesome rides there. So if you haven't been to King's Dominion here in Virginia, it's definitely a good place to go. There's a lot of stuff in this kind of area also that you could go to. So there's tons of history, but yeah, so I'm excited about that. So it probably will reduce some of the amount of videos I've been doing, or I'll have to come home and try to do that and make videos in the evening or something, and then put in cards and stuff. So it's gonna cut down that a little bit, but that's all right. Gotta have some money coming in to keep this all kind of together, right? So Yeah, we talked about, getting the 5 pack in, the Jaguar in the background. Like I said, I just got this in. This was off of Facebook. Relatively cheap, so for 15 bucks, that's not bad for a convention piece, especially from 95. We'll get these different escorts in. So here you can see this one kind of has the Mayflower ship on the hood of it or something. Um, and so the rest of these, they just don't have the side tampos. And then here's the blue one. So I apologize for my voice. I've been kind of sick today. I've been trying to do as much as I can to rest up and be ready for this. So I didn't want to cancel it at all, especially being the one that I first announced that I was going to do. So I apologize. My voice is kind of in and out here a little bit, but that's all right. We'll work through it, and I'll stay on here as long as I can. I took medicine at the right time to kind of be in the top part. So hopefully it won't fade too fast. But yeah, so I've got some awesome stuff to open. So any guesses as to what I might be ripping? I've put clues up on the website. How many people are using the website? So it looks like Ricky, Bobby, and Aaron are on so far. Somebody else is on too. I can't see. But if you go to the website and you click on the package stuff, you'll and kind of do a investigation into which ones have pictures that are loose. That'll kind of give you the idea. And so I already gave you a sneak peek, so we'll go ahead and do the first one right now just for fun. Sorry, guys, told you I was going to opening this one. Here is the Sheriff Patrol, and here is the Hot Wheels logo base. The other variation is Hot Wheels spelled out. So we're going to go ahead and rip this one open. This is already on there in the package side. And there we go. See, looks so much better open anyway. So there's that variation, and I'll get pictures of that probably tomorrow morning and put that on, add that to the website. So that was one of them. There's a handful more over here that we can get to and stuff. So did you see the error I found in the mini trucks? I did not see the error. Did you send it to me? No, I didn't see the error. I only have the one, that mini truck with the odd wheel, the different size back on the website. On my website? Do you see the error I found? Goodness, I don't know what I'm a big error collector. No, which error are we talking about? The orange one? You found an error in the orange one? No, I missed this. I don't think I caught this. Which one? What error did you find? Oh. Are you talking about mine? You're talking about this one that I opened up, and then on the video, I thought it was all small wheels. I didn't even catch it on the video, and then it was a big wheel on one side and a small wheel on the other. Yeah, I didn't even catch that on the website or on the video. It wasn't until I started to take pictures of it. I put it this way, and I was like, oh, this is the wrong car. Let me go find the other one. And no, it was... I turned around and was like, oh, crap, this is an error. So I haven't talked to Jeff about it yet. I was supposed to do that, but let's see what else we got going on. The Black Mainline and the Street Art series have flip descriptions on your website. Do they? I might have to go check that out and fix that. Let's see here. We can go on there right now. Put in mini truck. Let's see what we're talking about here. We have, all right, so the Black Mainline and the Street Art series are flipped. So here is the Black Mainline and the Street Art series. Oh yeah, all right, I'll fix those. Thanks. Perfect. This is stuff that I love seeing this, so I can go get that fixed. I don't like having that information wrong. So okay, so I'll go fix those two tomorrow morning. and we'll get that taken care of. I appreciate that. If you see any other errors, by all means, reach out and let me know. I'll go in and fix them. I try to make sure that everything's as it should be. So appreciate that. And I don't know if I would have caught that right off the bat. I put all this information in, so it's hard when you're proofreading your own stuff. You just kind of assume that you didn't make any mistakes, right? And I know I make mistakes, but it's just harder to catch, of course. But thanks. That's awesome. I'll go in and change that up. Um, so let's see. If you go on, so like I said, if you go on the package side, and I think I need to redo those numbers. I got to figure out a numbering system that keeps everything kind of together. The way I was doing it, I was putting an S in the middle of these numbers, and it's not working out quite the way I was wanting it to. And I want them to be connected to the loose ones, and then within their own series and stuff. So I got to figure out something else. So I may be doing some changing on that this weekend, trying to figure that out, a little bit better system. Um, so I try not to move these numbers around too much. I do have one of my buddies that uses these numbers on his computer to take his pictures of the cars that he has. And I don't like to move them around because then that messes him up and I have to remember which ones I've changed. So I try not to do that too much, but in some certain circumstances, it's kind of hard not to do it. Um, so yeah, appreciate if you find any others, let me know. I probably have over 1,000 hours of inputting information into this, especially in the last weekend. So I've probably been going 12, 14 hours on this, between this and doing the videos and stuff like that. So maybe that's what wore me out to get to this point where I'm not feeling so great. But it's worth it. I love, once it's done, I also take this, what I've completed for the day, I put it on Facebook as well to show the updates to the website. So there's time in that, updating the descriptions for the YouTube videos to make sure people have links to the actual cars that are in there. That takes time. It's tons of time. But once it's all kind of put together, and you look back and it's like, pff, it looks awesome. Hey, Walter's in. Hey, man, you should be getting your car probably tomorrow since you're only 5 hours away. So hopefully that'll come in and you'll get to have both of those Ferraris. But yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. Super rewarding when like I said, I finished something like yesterday. I finished putting in the Classic Series 3 cars. I saw you had a request for the service merchandise cars, so I have that sitting here. That's another one I could work on tomorrow and put those in. I don't think I have all of the Classic Series 1 and 2 in, so I probably should have started with that. But here's the Classic Series. So I'll get all those in. I do have, what's that one? Probably the 67 Camaro. So that one's sitting in with the other Camaros, but I'll pull it out. So I'll get those in. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, so all those variations will be in there, and I'll probably work on Series 1 and 2 now that I have 3 in there. So those will be available to view on the website and everything too. So, and those series, the Classic, goodness, let me say this the correct way, the FAO Schwarz Gold Series 1 is the tougher of them, so that one is definitely jumping up in prices. And I see a lot of people break those apart and sell them cars individually on that one. But I bought a full set, so I'll be able to get all those on there. They're kind of a pain to take. So take a paint, or good Lord, I am mixing all my words up. Let's try this again. It's kind of a pain to take pictures of gold cars and chrome cars because they have that reflection off of whatever you're taking the picture on. So I'm usually not super satisfied with how those come out. But we'll see what we can do to get them on there. Sometimes just putting them on a white background and stuff like that kind of helps, but then it kind of changes the color. I found that it makes it a little bit darker. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'll do what I can to get those on there that have a good picture of it. So but like I said, I'll work on those coming up. Kind of on that Corgi kick. So I want to eventually have all the different Corgi available models, and then that are on there, and the ones in packages. Obviously, there's a ton of them that are in the Mattel packages or Auto City packages that still have the Corgi bases. So I'm torn on how do I want to put those on the website, because once they're out of the package, they're kind of just Corgi cars, unless they have the Hot Wheels logo on the base of them. But we'll figure something out. But at least in package, I'll have everything that came out Auto City once I can start building that collection up and put those on there. So we'll figure out how to do it. Maybe we'll just go ahead and let it ride with Corgi bases on the loose stuff too. But I don't want people to be confused either, because you could get a Corgi base car in a Corgi package, of course, right? So which one did it come from? But like I said, it'll all work out somehow. We'll figure that out. But let's see. Let's open up the next thing here. Been a little bit. So I put in the 67 Camaro. I believe this one will have the China base on it, which is fairly tough to get, especially harder than any of the other variations that you'll find with this Metal Flake Blue racing theme. So let's go ahead and rip this one open. This wouldn't have been under the single pack, but it would be under the playset stuff. So, but I do have a loose one that's a little bit chipped up, and the wheel isn't that great. So let's see if we get lucky on this. I have several of these play sets, so I'm not going to worry about pulling that out. But let's see what we get here. Kind of a surprise on these. I think they're all China-based ones, but it's always tough to... oh, we got all of our foam rollers there in the back of that. Let's see here. How can we do this a little easier? There we go. I know it already looks like it is the China base just from it being so shiny. But here we go. There is the China base with the name. These also have a different year on it, so you can kind of see if I can get the glare off of there. It says 1998 instead of 1982, I think, is on the normal bases. And it's got the... looks like it could have been a painted engine. It's kind of hard to tell. Looks like it just might be metal, unpainted. But there's the China base one. So when you're looking at this one, if you're looking this up on the website, it's going to have a 1998 base. So if you pull up the year of the rest of them, I think, like I said, it's 1982 or something, you're not going to have this one particularly in that one. But if you just pull up all 67 Camaros, of course, it'll come up. So I got to add all the regular versions of this one. I don't even have the Race Team Series 67 Camaro on there yet, so I need to add that. But I had some stuff I wanted to open and check out, so this is one of them. So there's a China-based 67 Camaro. I'm a first-in collector. Always, oh yeah, I love the Race Team Series, and it's crazy to try to put them everything together. The early Race Team Series came in 2 packs. They came in 5 packs. Obviously, the single pack. Then you have the controversy with the number 271 and the number 277 being in the same car, and it's so much around that. It's crazy. So trying to get all that in the website in an organized fashion is a lot of fun. Trying to figure out, problem solve for that. But it's pretty cool. I assume it's for value and rarity, but never works. Let's see here. What's with the speedometer on the Finder link? Okay, so we created that speedometer. It's called the RVP gauge, which stands for rarity, value, and popularity. And once the auction house comes up, those numbers will start being imported into the gauge. So if this was to sell on the auction side and it's connected with the MVP number, then whatever this sells for, we'll say like $75 is probably reasonable at this point for something like that. The RVP gauge will show you the value of that car. Now, if it sells for loose, it will be the loose value. If it sells for in the package, it'll be the package on or the value on the package side. So that's kind of the idea, because everybody's asking like, what are the cars worth? Well, there you go. Go right to the website, click on the RVP gauge of that car, and it will tell you the value if it is sold. The rarity is going to be based off of how many of those have sold compared to all the other cars. So if this was, one in, 25,000 or one in 30,000 auctions in the beginning, and, say we got something it's more common, and then this one's like one of 10,000, obviously that's going to be, more rare, but it's going to basically put every car in a scale of 0 to 9, and what the rarity is of each car against itself or against each other. So that's kind of how that's going to work. So you might see like some cars that are worth a lot more. So like the 67 Camaro 95 Treasure Hunt, right, selling over $1,000, right, is not super rare because it's constantly going to be sold. Same thing if you go on eBay right now, you're probably going to see a bunch of it. At least one or two available for you to buy, if not more than that, right? Like it's always available. So to me, that's not rare. It's just expensive, right? And then people have driven that cost up. But for cars like, say, this Dodge Caravan, right? If you look in the guides now, if it's in there, right, it's probably a $3 to $5 car. I would venture to say that this car is worth more than $3 to $5, as it's very tough to come across, and it's only in a larger place set at that, with multiple cars, so they didn't make as many of them. This would be more rare probably than that 67 Camaro, just maybe not as highly as desirable, right? So there's stuff like that. But that rarity scale is going to be 0 to 9 with probably 2 decimal points, but all you're going to see is that. But I was also thinking about ways to put that rarity maybe in with the picture. So maybe we have an overlay on the picture that shows what the rarity and the value and stuff is, so that you can kind of see that as you're looking at the picture. There's other information. There's all kinds different ways you can go with putting stuff on the overlay, like what series it is or what collector number it is, or all that kind of information. So I don't want to have a picture and then 10,000 things on there, but something on there, and maybe we'll dial it into exactly what information gets overlaid onto the picture. That would be useful for everybody. And eventually we'll have different views on the website too. So instead of having the setup that it is now, where it's just each individual record and you can kind of drill down with the filter, maybe we'll have all of the variations of one particular car, right, in one box, and if you want to open that up, it'll expand and stuff. Or maybe even each of the castings are that way, and then drill down to variations and it continues to expand that way. So there's a lot of different ideas I want to kind of put on there. It's just going to take some time to get the development added to it on the background so it works that way. And then how do we get the user to kind of put up or pick which type of view they want to see? So we got to add all that functionality as well. So so there's lots of stuff I want to add. The popularity, I haven't talked about that yet. So that RVP, the P is for popularity, and that's just going to be if something starts to pick up in price. So say we see like a 20% increase in price over a period of time, or a number of cars being sold. So if one car was being sold a month and now it's 5 cars in a month, that popularity is going to start picking up. And my best example is kind of like the Hotbird picked up a couple years ago, right? Like all of a sudden it was like the biggest thing. That Color Racer Hotbird was like flying through the roof, super popular really quickly. And so that would be an example where maybe that could be a 9 on the popularity scale, and stuff like that. So just to kind of see if something's trending. These are kind of tools for the sellers also. So if you were to go on there and sell, you might want to look at these things to see, maybe I start this at $5 instead of $1, or a priority list So this one, popularity is at a 9 or an 8 or 7, right? I should definitely put this on there as people are definitely looking for it. So lots of functionality I want to add in there to the website that helps, basically the whole collector, the hobby community for, finding the stuff they want, selling the stuff that they have, if that's what they want to do, right? And bringing people together. So we'll keep working on that. There's a lot more to kind of go over in that kind of stuff, but I don't think any other website's going to have that kind of stuff into that granularity. So it'll be interesting. Got any the micro Hot Wheels? Maybe a video on them. Yeah, I have some micro Hot Wheels, and that was another thing you'll see on the website. I was probably going to do in a couple of weeks start putting some of those on as a test. So I do have different scales. 164 is obviously the main scale, but there's 143, 118, 124, what's another one? Oh, maybe not one something, but then you have the micro stuff. So I've got a couple of micro cars that I would like to put on there as examples and figure out where to go with them with the MVP number, so that like I can, if people were to sell those on the auction house in the future too, there's a correlation that can be made. I will, maybe I'll do that next weekend. I'll get the ones that I have out, get them on the website, and do a little video of them. There's tons of those as well, and there are definitely some cooler ones that are out there. I definitely like the Blazer 4x4 micro car. What are they called? They're not micro machines, right? 'Cause that's Matchbox side of it. But anyway, so I like that one. That's probably one of my favorites. And then there's little sets that they come with too. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Atomics is one name. Yep. That's kind of like the late 90s or early 2000s name for it. No, the early 2000s. I think the Atomics come out. But there's even ones that were earlier than that. Micro Racer, Light Racer, and Color Racer micros. Yeah, maybe that's all there is. So, but yeah, there's a plan to put all that kind of stuff on there. I actually have some 118 scale of a bunch of the Hall of Fame cars, so that I could put on there. Again, another feature that we have. Plus, some of those Hall of Fame cars came with 164 cars, or sorry, those 118 scale Hall of Fame sets come with 164 cars in them. So there's 2 Corvettes in there. So one of these days I'll do a video of opening up like the yellow Corvette Stingray, and it's got the 164 scale one in there, so I can add that to the website. And I want to say one of the newer Corvettes, the yellow, I don't know, my C4, C5 time frame. I'm not big on the different ones, but so there's definitely some cars in there, but I also want to put those on there as well. So we'll figure out how to get all the different scales on there. I've already got the different scale selection that you could put on, but everything in there right now I think is 164 on there. And then of course all this different memorabilia that you can possibly have on there as well, like the trading cards and the little license plates for the parking plates, the little plastic clips that come with the California Customs, all the different ones of those. So like trying to figure out how to get all that stuff on there as well. So lots of stuff to add. It just takes time to get it all set up correctly. Yeah, the socks. It might be a while before we get down to the sock era. it's there's probably 25,000 more different cards to put on if at least, right? And then all the packaging, and then the cards, and then all that. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a while to get the socks. But yeah, there's different socks out there. Belt buckles, right? I've got a couple different belt buckles, so maybe adding those, finding a way to get those on there to show that. License plates, right? There's some different Mattel license plates. So yeah, there's tons of stuff. There's posters, also, right? Having people collect pretty much anything. So if you're a collector, or poster collector, right? Having all the different posters on there. So we'll figure that out. I do want to get all the posters and get them framed and everything. I've got a couple. Now I need just to buy some more frames to get them up. And I mean, I like the posters and the catalog stuff because then there's potential for the pre-production or hand-painted ones that are going to be on there, prototypes and stuff that didn't come out. So it's just fun to see those types of things on the posters as well. So Hot Wheels pregnancy's hot. Oh, we got Mr. Gray joining us. Thank you for joining us, sir. We're just having fun. We've opened up 2 cars. We've opened up China Base 67 Camaro and the Hot Wheels logo base on that Leo Sheriff Patrol. Petrol, because it's Petrol on the back of that card. And let's go ahead and open another car. I know I think Ricky Bobby is going to be a little excited or maybe a little hurt. We have the Mazda Miata here with the Screecher wheels. So I will do a Screecher wheel variation on those. This has the Miata itself has a ton of variations for the Screecher wheel stuff, let alone in this purple configuration. There's a excuse me, a bunch of different bases. And so let's go ahead and open up car number 3. Where are we at 30 minutes in? So that seems like fun. There we go. And there it is, the coveted Screecher wheel Mazda Miata. So I'll be adding loose pictures of that one onto the website tomorrow morning to go with the other 2 here. The base variations on this is like ridiculous. They have it, the Hot Wheels logo on the other side. On the passenger and driver side, they have bases that are flipped around. I mean, it's pretty crazy. So a bunch of those are on the website already. But there's another one too I needed loose for the website, so that one's open. That's a super tough car. I remember when I was chasing the Screecher wheels. In fact, I'm still missing a what do I want to say? It's an international play set, like a track set with one of these. I think it's yellow and black with Screecher wheels, a Mazda Miata. So I'm still missing that one. It's one of the probably last pieces I'm looking for. I do have some 65 Mustang convertibles that have different window tinted windows and stuff, but some of them I got loose, so I'm kind of skeptical on whether they're real or not because they're so easy to change out. I got them from a decent collector on, so I think they're real. I just have, there's always a hesitation, that it could be faked, but until I find one, a clear window in the still sealed in the plastic bags that they come in, then I'll be convinced that they came that way. But I got them; they were somewhat cheap, and so I figured I'd go ahead and grab them just in case those variations were found. I do try to buy some of the track sets to open them up and see if I find something unique or rare in there to show you guys. But we'll see how that goes. I got the Stuntman track that came with the Camaro Z28, the white one with the Screecher wheel, so I'll probably open that one on a video one day and show you guys that. But a lot of those came in different play sets and our track sets, so if I come across another one, yeah, I'll point you right to it. They're expensive though, goodness. It's a super tough piece for sure. I'm super happy to grab one of them. Let's see what else we got to talk about. So lots of things to add and update on the website that I'm working on. Getting all this stuff in. I'll probably do the Scorching Scooter here shortly to get that last. I think that's the last of the 97 first editions, with the exception of the CUDA. Just that one's kind of controversy, right? With no more. With it not being on an actual 1997 first edition card, but everybody associates it with that. I'm not sure what happened there. I should probably do. I've been thinking about this. What if we did a series of videos with like what was Mattel thinking, right? All their like things that they messed up that had to have gone through some type of approval and process that made it out to the public. And I know things, can happen every once in a while, but I tell you, and I guess it doesn't. I mean, I guess they're toys, right? Like, not a big deal, But like the sheriff I showed you, that was spelled wrong with Sherriff, right? Like that had to have gone through some type of approval process. Um, yeah, that'll be a lot of videos. That's what I was thinking, right? That'd be a crazy thing. Um, but if you're the quality person, right, and they're like, hey, here's the mold, do you want to make sure, proofread it and everything? Oh, that's good enough, right? Like Sheriff Patrol with two R's, no big deal, right? Let it go. And they put that out there. So there's a bunch of those mistakes, right? There was cars in the 90s that both had the same name. So something, trying to remember the, like, was it Rocket, Power Rocket, I think was one of them, right? Where they gave the same name to two cars. Like, what was that about? In the same series. Like, why would you, like, how did that get out past the, quality, team or whatever? Proper Chopper had two different names, right? And, yeah, there's a ton of those things. So I was thinking about, you know, coming across, I'll start writing down all these ideas to put this together. But yeah, maybe what was Mattel thinking when they did this, right? That would be a fun series. I think I would like to watch that series. That's why I was thinking like this would be fun to do, because there's definitely a lot of instances where you're just like, what? Why would they do that? What were they thinking? So maybe I'll start taking down those ideas. I'll keep this Proper Chopper, the Sheriff Patrol, the Power Rockets, and all that kind of stuff, right? And I'll start saving. Oh yeah, Camaro that one's from the late '80s, right? Like you spelled Camaro wrong on the base of the car, right? And it's not even, I would understand it more if it was like a Peugeot, right? Like maybe the guy that's looking at it doesn't understand how to spell Peugeot, right? But Camaro, that's a very popular, I guess Peugeot is probably popular to some people too, but Camaro, that's just, I don't know, that's just blatant, not even paying attention, I guess. Man, I just had another one that I was thinking about too that I'll have to see if it pops back in the head. But yeah, I think that's just interesting, things that happen. Reverse tampos on stuff, right? Those things are just kind of quality control, but I'm sure somebody's, especially on the Camaro, I think this one, right, has a reverse roof tampo and stuff. So, like, I can understand that getting out there, but when you have, things that are spelled wrong on cars, that just seems crazy. Hit that like if you haven't. Oh yeah, hit that like if you haven't already. We're having fun. We're talking about all kinds of stuff today. Makes me excited. Almost don't even feel like I was sick today. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm enjoying this. I feel like I'm kind of in an area. There's not a lot of people around me that collect, so I don't get to talk Hot Wheels with a bunch of people. One of my buddies, my closest buddy, I think right now is down in South Carolina. Sometimes I go down and stay with him, and we get to talk Hot Wheels. But this is kind of my outlet right now. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. Obviously, I love anything to do with Hot Wheels. As you can see, my speakers in the background. One day I'll have the whole computer once I can afford it. So yeah, that'll be. This is just for me, it's the best hobby, and I've been doing it for a long time. What else did they do? Oh, 57 Chevy. So they took a 57 Chevy that was for a Malt-O-Meal and repainted it with the black and the white and red, right? Like, and then the Malt-O-Meal like shows through. So, so yeah, like that was a mistake. And there's several cars that have been repainted, like the Speed Machines, Dumpin' A. I have one of those that was orange and repainted silver. So there's definitely ones where they've repainted that one. If it didn't have any chippies on it, I think you would notice that it was orange underneath. But yeah, they've definitely repainted cars, which just let them rip, right? Like if you have them, put a base on there. I don't care what base is on there. That makes it fun for me because then there's a new base variation or something or different interior or whatever. Um, yeah, I was gonna do a collector kind of video on for people too. I was starting to do one the other day, and my wife came home right in the middle of it, and the dog started barking. And I kind of gave up on it. But just start for new collectors, kind of the things that kind of think about, not necessarily look for, but think about. So I was gonna put together a video for something like that, just because you know people seem to be drawn to the supers these days. So it's super boring, but it's all like, oh, who can find the first super of the year? Who's got all 12 of them? How many do you have? Like, it's supers, and I'm like back in the 90s, right? I'm like, there's so many awesome cars. Like for me, finding let's see here, something that's something like this, right, is way cooler than finding any super to me. Finding little things like that is definitely way cooler. I've never been one to go to the stores early in the morning and wait to see, to get all the new cars. I've never really done that, and certainly not here. I mean, I have I think there's two dollar store like basically dollar stores. I don't know what the actual names are, but those are the only things I really have in my little small town, and I could walk to one of them. So like, I'm not peg hunting. I did stop because I did have I sent out some stuff to Walter here yesterday, and it's across the street from the post office. So I did walk across the street and pick up a couple new cars. I might show those here in a second, just to kind of maybe I'll start putting some of the newer stuff on for those type of collectors that are collecting the new stuff. But yeah, it's I think the older stuff is just way cooler. I mean, of course, I grew up with it, and I'm biased, so it's just the way it is right now. But yeah. But I remember going when it was, like I said, when I was younger, and going to Albertsons and buying cars off of there. So, but I've never been, I've spent a lot of time out at sea and stuff, so it's kind of hard to go peg hunting when you're in the middle of the ocean. So I usually just get my stuff off of eBay, or I'd buy collections or something like that. There was a really good flea market around the top of like Jacksonville area. I can't remember what the little town was, but there was an awesome flea market. There was like 2 to 3 guys that had little shops up in there, and one guy had an enormous amount of stuff. I mean, he showed me one day. I started selling some stuff for him too, but he had these containers of just boxes of Hot Wheels, and he probably had like 20 or 30 like treasure hunt 67 Camaros. Like he had that much stuff. It was ridiculous. This is back in early 2000s, so they're not super expensive by that point, but not cheap at that time. It's more than I could was paying for a car at the time, and I wish I would have bought them then, of course, because I didn't get my 67 treasure hunt Camaro until I think last year actually. And I felt like at the time it was a good price, but goodness, that's just, I think I spent $700 on it, which is kind of up there for a car, for one of my most expensive cars I've paid for. But I wanted to make sure I finished up the set. We got Dollstar with us. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. We've ripped 3 cars. Let's go ahead and rip another one. Let's go ahead and open Fiat Ritmo. So this one with the Walt Disney tampo on it. Usually with the Walt Disney, you'll have this 2-color stripe and arrow on top of it. So here's another variation of it. I'll get to add to the website. There we go. And dark green. There's a ton of different variations for these Fiat Ritmos in the Leo world. So I'll try to get as many of those on the website as I can, and get pictures for them as I accumulate them as such. So there's another one. Pretty cool car. The Fiat Ritmo. That's pretty cool. And then this one doesn't have any country of origin. So all they have is Hot Wheels, the Fiat, Mattel, Incorporated and No Country. So kind of interesting to note on that part. Heading to the shop. Oh, gotcha. Be on Bluetooth. Yeah, man. I'm glad you enjoy it. Um, I try to put out there, whatever people want to see. I try to put it out there. I think some of these guys can attest that they've made requests, and I've tried to fill it out, fulfill them as best I can. So I got a couple videos in store to make just based off of comments. So a service merchandise, I'll get those on the website and do a video with those, and the screeching wheels. That will be another separate video. So I enjoy it. Like, you guys provide me direction on kind of what to continue adding to the website, but also what to kind of make videos of. So I'm hoping that more people kind of join in, and keep putting those comments down there. Aaron's really great at putting comments. Ricky Bobby's really good. So you guys are feeding my Hot Wheels monster and inner monster for love of this type of stuff. All promotions car video. Oh man, I don't know if I can do it all in one video. There's so many promotions, but we could break it down, right? So the Shell had 2 waves. The Shell promotions had 3 waves, I guess, if you count 1973, right? But I don't have a whole lot of those, or I don't think I have any. But then yeah, Getty's another one. I could break it down into something like that. There's promos for like Hormel and stuff like that. So yeah, we could probably do a breakdown of the promotional stuff. Dang, we going crazy now. We got Jiffy Lube, Herfies. I've got all those except for the Blackwall Super Van. I got the other ones, even the Camaros. I got all 3 of the 60s or 80s Camaros or blown Camaros. We could probably do a Jeffries one. So endless ideas there. So I'll keep those in mind. I'll start breaking some of those out. There's surf stuff. So we started getting surf stuff on kind of the newer Diora, right? The Diora 2 had those. Your older 40s Woody stuff had surfboards. What else? What's that kind of old style car? Goodness, came out in like 2000 first edition, 2001 first edition, or something like that. It came with a little surfboard. I got a bunch of cars with surfboards on them. We could do a little video with different castings that come with surfboards. That'd be kind of cool. I have to go back and see if there's any newer ones of those, because like I said, most of my collection is 80s and 90s stuff. So, but I've got a bunch of stuff from the 2000s, and I've got most of the mainline stuff, I think. Endless content. I was telling my wife that, like, I've got videos for days, right? It's just a matter of being able to pull them all out and put them together and making a video, right? Every casting could have a video. Every series could have a video, right? These little oddball stuff like the Ferrari lip and no lip variation stuff could have videos like I made today. The Euro stuff, the Mexico stuff. My number one piece is my carded Blackwall Vector Avtec WX3. And if I could find one with a collector number, which is extremely, extremely rare, even more rare than the ones in Mexico, the international card, that would probably top it. So that's definitely my number one piece that I have. I don't know what would be my second, though. Second, there's a bunch of runner-ups for second. I have both of the Mountain Dew Stalker and NASCAR Stalker bases on there, on card. In fact, one of them's unpunched, and so those would probably be number 2. I don't know, that list would be pretty tough. Castings, it's easier, right? Like the Vector, the Mountain Dew Stalker, the 67, goodness, the 70 Roadrunner, and Superbirds. Those are easier to do. A whole Grail video, I mean, it'd be my Grails. Let's see. I mean, I could put together something. You know, I think I did my top castings. I did that video, but a grill. I still have some stuff I'd like to find. There's some stuff from the '98 and '99 first editions that have some wicked, you know, crazy rare variations I still need to find. So there's some stuff out there for sure that it's high on my want list. I think the number one on my want list is a T-Bird Stalker that has the like red, white, and blue racing theme with basic wheels. That one's been on my list for a super long time. Pretty rare car for that, but I don't know, something, it just looks really good with the basic wheels on that one. But that's probably one of the car. Let's see, number one piece is my Wheel Air Street Rotor. Might sound silly, but took you a long time to find it. Yeah. If you're looking, I will say, if you're looking for wheel airs in a specific car, it probably will take you forever. If you happen chance across wheel airs, that seems to be fairly common, but it's probably like a 1 in a million chance that you're going to find the wheel air of the car that you're actually looking for. If I find, you know, errors of like 70 Camaro or 70 Camaros, I'm stuck on Camaros. Road Runners or something, I would get those. I do try to get them all in package, so I've got a bunch of them packaged. I even get the ones from the set with the seals, the hologram seals and stuff on them. But pretty much that's pretty much it. The Vectors, the Road Runners, the Superbirds, and the NASCAR Stalkers are the ones I really have both packaged and loose. So one of mine is Kyle 44 Daytona box promo with black wheels, and the 44 shifted the wrong way on the roof. Oh dang! Is that from that 3-car Petty set, or is it from like a select NASCAR select set? So I think I definitely have the 3 Petty 3-car. No, it's a single box with a UPC. Number 44. Oh, Kyle Petty. I found a 10-spoke Superbird copper, but they want $300. Yeah, back when I bought mine, they were $75 a piece. So the 10-spoke orange or copper and the 5-spoke were about 70. Both of them were together, or on eBay at the same time. So I snagged both of those. I'm glad I did, because at $300, oof, that'd be a tough sell for me right now, I think, to add that to the collection. I do got 2 more chase pieces to get for the Road Runners. I think I have the silver chase one, but I need the white and green. He was giving out. Oh, that might be something I haven't seen. I might need to do some research on that. Let's see, what else can we talk about? We've been going for 50 minutes. Let's open another rare car. So we did Leo last time. How about we rip a tan interior Ferrari 308? This is, man, these are pretty tough too. Not as tough as that Miata, but certainly twice as tough as the brown one with black interior. So let's go ahead and rip this one open. There we go. There's a Ferrari 308 with tan interior. Most of these will have black. I got this one from a big Hot Wheels collector, or big Ferrari collector, Charles. You may have seen him on different Facebook sites and stuff. But finally fulfilled that slot. Like, this is something I get super excited about. You know, stuff I know of, I've been searching for a long time. I got the black one, or the brown one, probably 9 months ago, and I was super thrilled about that, and didn't think that, you know, I would be getting this one so soon after that, because it's pretty tough. So awesome piece. I'll be adding that to the website. I got a couple of rare cars from him. I did get that Corgi playset, the Mattel Corgi playset with the Lamborghini and the Ferrari. So I've got both of those cars. And it came with the little ID card things, the little I don't know what you would call them, but those things are super cool. They're upstairs right now. I go pull them out, but I was thinking about what if we could recreate, and I don't know if I have to have a license for that part of it, right? Take a picture of, say, a mini truck, and have it on like a clear ID card that might fit in the slots of something with like baseball card size or something. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Have all those kind of created, have some different information, kind of tell the different information about the car, attributes or whatnot. But then you can have collector cards made with that type of mindset. I'll have to pull out what these cards look like. They're pretty cool looking. They're kind of like a clear plastic credit card with a color, full color picture of the cars in them with some obviously information. So there's that one, Lamborghini Countach that has like top speed of 207 miles an hour or something like that. But I would put in like information that talks about the car, the Hot Wheels car, not necessarily the real car in life. But I thought that'd be cool. So I have a friend that's kind of looking up some of that information to see how we can do that. And like I said, I don't know if I need to have a license to take my own picture and add it to that stuff to be able to sell it or not. But we'll see what we can do. So, but I think that would be a pretty cool idea. You can have that, and if it fits, there's another thing I was thinking that if it, we make it to maybe it fits in a Carney plastic case or other regular size plastic cases, like it's small enough to fit in there. You could use that as a placeholder for the car that you're looking for, and these would be obviously much cheaper to get or something like that. So that way, I don't know, makes it easy for you to know what cars you're looking for. Of course, if you're looking for those cars and you're searching every day, you pretty much know, so you don't need to have a reminder of it. But just, I guess, if you have people come over and you have that placeholder in there, that'd be kind of cool. At least I think it would. I would get it if it was me. So I'll keep looking into that idea as well. So dang, we've made it an hour. I can't believe I've been talking an hour. When I started doing videos, I was super like shy on getting on the camera and talking to myself in a sense, because that's basically when you're doing that. Um, so, but it's getting a little bit better. I feel like I'm a little bit more free on talking on the camera now. So it's kind of interesting how that's gone. 460. I know we lost one. We were at 461 this morning. We lost one. I would love to know like what made you change your mind, but that's no big deal. Because I like to put out content for everybody. But we'll get there. 40 more subscriptions. We'll get to give away that Ford Escort in the background. Like I said, I put this one on today, so this is the loose one. You're going to get the carded one. And so we'll get there, and we'll give away that car, and we'll work our way up to 1,000. So I got to find something even cooler to give away for that. But no, I think it's been great. I think I've had a lot of fun, and I get to talk Hot Wheels and all that kind of stuff. And you could probably tell when I get excited, I start talking about variations. My voice starts to probably go a little higher, and start to talk a little bit faster and start mixing words because I'm just like so much is in my head about it. Anyone seen so I have somebody that has the Kodak 57 that I'm probably going to buy. I'm just waiting for the funds, but yeah, that one's super tough. Supposedly only given out in Easter baskets at some point, right? And I don't even think that's the only rare NASCAR themed ones. There's a lot of those cars that don't have all 4 cars available normally. So like I can't remember any of the cars, but I'll have to pull that together. Maybe make a video of that too. And not just the 57 Chevy, where 3 of them are easy, and then the 4th one super hard, like that Kodak one. But there's other ones that just there's no information about the 4th car or design. So I almost wonder if that's like another car that maybe it's not as desirable as the '57 Chevy, but it's out there, and so I can't wait to start doing deep searches to find those cars to see if they exist, and then obviously get them on the website. So I mean, I jump on number of different websites looking at information, trying to pull everything together, and I tell you, one thing I don't like is ads. That's super annoying. I'm sure if you're on the Hot Wheels wiki, you can't, like, why do you have to scroll over to like see the pictures of the cars when there's enough space that on the screen where you could have all the information? It's ridiculous. Um, but so website will never have ads like that. If we have any ads, it's going to be exactly Hot Wheels stuff. So, and that means Mattel has come to me, and I don't see that happening for a really long time, if at all. But it would be something like, here's the next Redline car coming out, right? And maybe we only put it on the front page of so that you can kind of see the stuff that's up and coming. But other than that, no, I would care. Um, uBlock Origin, install it. Yeah, but it still doesn't take away the space they've designated for the ads, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure, right? And so it won't let you. I mean, yeah, you may not have all that crap popping up on your screen in those different areas, um, but I guess I'll have to check it out. If it moves it to where you can kind of see it better, maybe that'd be, but maybe it won't be so annoying. But I don't know. I go on the Hot Wheels wiki. There's a bunch of stuff on there that's still missing, but I can't really say much because I don't have all the stuff on there yet either. So I'm trying to get it to that point, and then maybe be a little bit more judgy about it. It pushes the page together for better reading. All right, well maybe it might be something worth looking into. Um, but I won't have any ads on mine. That's just my preference. I don't see the need for it. Like, this is a site for you guys to have information. Um, if you're gonna, if for those that subscribe to the website, like, it's only $5 a month. All that money goes right back into the development of the website. I probably have about $20,000 poured into it so far for the development of it, and then of course all of I want to say probably 1,200 hours of information that I've sat down and put into it. Um, and I also build it all out in PowerPoint, and then I send it to my developer so that they have an exact idea of kind of what I want it to look like and what it does. Um, so that takes some time too, but I'm pretty kind of picky. I do wish I was more open on like some of the coloring stuff, because I know my coloring theme is not the forte of everybody else's. So part of changing the background of the picture is not just to put the MVP logo in the background so people can't steal those pictures necessarily so easily. Is that if somebody wanted to have a white background, you could see my hands in the reflection of the cars in the background. Uh, Sorry, I got distracted by myself. That if they wanted a white background or something like that, we will allow them to change the color of the background and kind of suit it to their needs. But yeah, so lots of different things. But if I had a person that could see different design ideas that could put on there, that'd be kind of cool, because you basically get just me. So it just is what it is. No worries. I'll try to make the best of it, and maybe if it takes off, you'll have the money to put more of that type of design stuff into it. Um, let's rip another one. Let's see here. We did a Ferrari, so let's not use another Ferrari. Let's do this one. I'm sure Walter just sent me a picture of one that I think he's looking at getting. I've had this for a while now. I've been waiting for moments like this to rip it and get the example on the website. So this is already there in the package. So we'll go ahead and open this bad boy up. This is the Tough variation with black wall wheels. I would say the easiest one is with 7 spokes. And then their white wall is another pretty easy one. You can get this, I'm pretty sure, with the different color of fenders, which there's another one. What was Mattel thinking of putting yellow fenders on this? So there's another little video right there for that. But there you go. Here's the basic wheel version of the 37 Bugatti. This is the newer base, so the older bases would have the name on there, and then you would see ones where they took the name off. That's probably another series of videos right there, like why did they take the name off of some cars and stuff, even though they didn't change out the the name of it later on. So like 37 Bugatti, I don't believe got any other name, but they took the name off the base. Like so, like with the earlier 308 casting, this is a newer casting. So see how the front comes up from the base. But on the earlier castings of this, right, it was Race Bait 308, and then it was like Quick Trick, and then I think it got another name. So like I understand why they took the name off of some of those castings, but not all the cars got new names, but yet they still had their base name removed for whatever reason. So I don't know what that was about, but there's another awesome car, 37 Bugatti with black walls opened up. Another blue card, tough piece there. So I'll add that one again tomorrow morning. So another awesome car there. What else we got to talk about? Any other questions? Anything you guys want to know or see possibly? You don't think the Ferrari will ever get the license? I know they lost the license, and it was kind of a big deal. You never know. I would think at some point, I think it depends on somebody at Ferrari that gets in the position that would allow that. So maybe that position gets changed out, and then there's a new idea of, hey, let's go ahead and allow it to be, make new ones. But it's kind of come and gone a few times, so I don't, you never know. It might come back. I don't see why you would need I don't know. I guess I understand the license part of it, but it's kind of is what it is. The Toyota, I haven't got any of the new ones. I do like the Back to the Future Toyota. I need to get one of those. Let's see some rare hard bodies. I'll show you the car. I don't think anybody wants to see this non-hard body, but I got these over here. There we go. So I'm pretty sure I have all of these that have been made. So let's start off in the beginning. Some of the tough ones are the see some soft bodies. So I wouldn't say these are super tough, but the ones with metal bases are a little bit more tougher than the plastic bases. And you can get both of these wheel variations. So you've got the gear wheel and the construction wheel, both with metal bases. Something I've been looking for and wondering about is I've heard that there is a gear wheel for this, but I have never seen it. So I'm still kind of holding out for that, because that'd be an awesome variation to add, but I've never seen that one yet. Obviously getting the pink interior, so here's a transition piece here from the normal black interior, but you still have that one there. And this is kind of a tougher piece. This still has a metal base, so that's a little bit tougher. And then the gear wheel on that one's pretty tough too. So there's that one. The black ones are all pretty much the same. I'd say the toughest of the black ones is the black wheel, the black construction or black tinted construction wheel. This is probably what Walter's wanting to look at. Here is the yellow interior. Again, another transition piece from those. And then I would say the only other rare one is going to be one that's less likely talked about. Actually, we'll do the chrome. So there's the chrome one. That one's pretty tough. And then this one, most people don't know about this. This is a Thailand base. So you can get this in both bases. So you got Thailand there, and you've got the Malaysia base. So I think all these are on the website. I have to go check. But this is a great casting for the transition pieces, especially with the interiors. You see that moved around a lot, so that pink interior, transition piece, that yellow interior transition piece, and even this chrome one, that's another transition piece, came from that base there. So but we do have some. Here's more promos, right? So more promos that could be put out. The Cheezosaurus Rex and Kool-Aid, and then of course you got your Blue Streak version there. So I think that's all the tough ones of that. But that's a fun casting to go after. It took me the longest time to get that yellow interior one. I had 2 of the chrome base on that red one. I gave it to Steven. He was looking for one. But there's those. Also love the micro hard body. Yeah, that's another cool one. I don't have any of those yet. Definitely would be high on the list once I start collecting the micro stuff to put on the website. But yeah, so those fairly tough. He says my birthday is next week. Yeah. Oh, I had what did I usually get myself a car for my birthday. What did I get this time? I don't think I did this time. Mine was beginning of August, and usually I go out and spend a little money on one car every year. So I don't think I did anything this time. It was definitely we went to actually we were at, was it at King's Dominion? No, we were at where did we go for my birthday? We were at maybe Busch Gardens this time for my birthday. We were walking around, but we did King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, and well, the other 2 like historical sites, Jamestown and stuff like that, during that weekend. So it was a bunch of fun. What else can we talk about? So we showed off some hard bodies. So not ready to open this one quite yet, but we're gonna get there probably in the next live video. So be ready for that one to be opened up. I got to take pictures of it and put that on the website. So that's coming up. That's a super tough piece. But we'll go ahead and open up the next one. Let's do a Porsche. We haven't done any Porsches yet, right? Here is a tough 3-spoke Porsche for the Rock and Rod series, the Porsche 930. So we'll go ahead and let that baby free. There we go. Boom. Nice tough piece there. We're gonna have a placemat full of cars here in a little bit. Of course, there's cars everywhere on my desk, so just to kind of pan around what I have out and that I still need to either take pictures of or put away. Excuse me. So, but there's a Porsche 930 with 3-spoke wheels. That's pretty tough. Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Hit that like button if you haven't. Another awesome, fun video. I'm enjoying the live videos a lot. At least there's some interaction here. I don't feel so awkward talking to myself on there. I watched a bunch of Legends Tour videos last week in Texas, Mexico, and Brazil stops last night. That's cool. Yeah, I'd like to get out to one of those Legends things, and maybe once I get my excursion done, I'll have them put it up in front of the sign, and maybe eventually they'll make a Ford Excursion Hot Wheels. That would be like super awesome. That's my favorite truck. So should come to the North Carolina. When's the North Carolina show? I'll have to see if I have enough time to jump down there. See, I will be going on vacation. It's my wife and I's 5 years, so we rented a cabin in Tennessee. So I'll be out for that week. So you're not going to see any videos during that time frame. That's in October, so next month's coming up. But I plan on continuing, these videos, and maybe we'll do every other Friday night or something like that for a live video, or if there's better times on the weekend. You guys let me know kind of what's best. I'll do a consensus of everything, and we'll do some more live videos because I'm enjoying this type of interaction a lot better than just sitting behind the camera and talking about the cars. Yeah, it's coming up quick. I I had to tell my new job that I need a week off a couple weeks after I start, but I'm sure it'll be all right. So that'll be a fun conversation to have. Like, hey, I'm grateful to be here, but I'm gonna be gone here in like 2 weeks for a whole week. But no, they seem like the guy that I talked to seems extremely nice, and so I doubt there'll be any issues with that. But I won't be making any videos, so you'll have to live without a couple new videos for a while. Maybe I'll make some pre-recorded ones, and then I'll just release them during those time frames. So if anybody is using this as some type of fix, that you're still getting your fix. But yeah, I'm can't wait for that. That'll be awesome time to get away for a little bit, and of course, in the cabin in Tennessee in the mountains and stuff, you just can't beat that. Like, that's just awesome stuff for me. What else? What do I got laying around here that we could talk about? I showed off my 5-pack. I showed that off earlier. Look at that, another 5-spoke right there. I'm trying to think what else I have. Do I have anything else coming in the mail? I do have a bunch of stuff coming from Jeff Drew. I kept saying that, but now I've bought a couple more cars. So he's probably waiting to see if I buy any more before he ships my box. But there's a bunch of Mexico and French stuff in that box coming. So that's gonna be a fun. Maybe we'll do that live. We'll open that box live or something, and go through the stuff that I got from him. If you don't know, he's on Facebook, Jeff Rose Diecast 2, because he got locked out of his first account. And yeah, awesome dude. Met him down in North Carolina, hung out down there, and yeah, we had fun. So him and I, I've bought a lot of stuff from him, and good guy. So if you're on Facebook, check that out. He always has like awesome deals. He's not trying to get top dollar for everything. That vet you're getting is super tough. I miss it already. Oh, which vet? Miss vet. Who wrote that? Oh, Walter. Oh, okay. You missed it already? That was a hard bargain. It took us a while to find stuff. That's one thing about trading when you have a lot of the regular stuff and you're only needing tough stuff, is the other person you're trading with probably doesn't have exactly what you're looking for. That's what I've found to be the biggest issue in trading. I would rather trade all day long. I'd rather, especially in person, I'll give stuff away almost in person, just because if it's a car I don't have, I kind of almost value them the same, regardless of what their actual value is. But yeah, it's tough when you do trading and you have only like the tough things that are coming up that you're looking for. And he was rattling off a bunch of the cars. Some of them I didn't have it either, and so we were like kind of going back and forth. But yeah, it's interesting. That's one thing with the website. I know I keep tying it back into that, but if everybody starts to subscribe and puts their collection in there, they'll have a trade section in there as well, that you can build up your trade list. And I'll work on maybe adding the number of cars, so that if you have more than the one to trade or something like that, then you can put those numbers in as well. But that you could send your trade list and your wanted list, and both of you could review them and see which cars each person has, and then that makes it easier for the trading, right? Then you don't have to go back and forth. If I had to sit here and think about all the cars I needed, one, it would take me forever and it would be kind of slow. But once I have everything on the website, right, for me, if you go on there and it says the picture is missing, that's a good sign that I don't have the car. There's a couple instances where I haven't gotten the pictures on there yet, but if I don't have a picture of it, that's a good sign that I don't have it and I'm willing to trade for it. But let me plug in the phone here real quick, so it's going to bounce around. There we go. I don't want it to die on us. That'd be kind of crazy. I'll have to go, but I'll be watching more. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us, Dollstar. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming on here. But yeah, so I'm just trying to get people together. So if you go on there and, like I said, you subscribe and you start building out your list, then you'll be able to send them to other people. And the good thing is they don't have to subscribe for you to send your wanted list to. They'll be able to see it, and they can't manipulate your stuff. So we made sure it was safe that way too. We did some testing on that because I was kind of concerned about how that was going to work, but they've got it figured out on the development side. But yeah, you can send them the list, and they go right through it. They can use the filter in the list too. So if they have cars that they want to see if it's on your list, say your list is 100, 125 cars long, they could just use the filter on that, dial it right down to the car and see if it's there, and then be able to recommend the trading that they have for it or something like that. So another cool feature we've got on there, and you can do that now if you subscribe on there as well. So and like I said, all the money just goes right back in the website to make it even cooler. So all that's pretty nifty. What else? One thing I thought about talking about is how they have different, or how the Leos use some of the same tampos. So one thing I was thinking about today is when I put this one in, this has the same tampo as the Hotbird that I put in there. That was a Leo. So the Hotbird has a red eagle like this one. Somehow making the connection of those type of things available. So if you wanted to see every car with this particular tampo, like, it would pop that up. So I got to find ways to pull that together. I know it's just a matter of probably making a field for it, and a yes no block, and put yes, or I don't know, we'll figure that out. But that was something that'd be kind of cool if you like, hey, I like this tampo, right? Is it on any other cars? And in this case, it's on a couple of cars, at least this one and the Hotbird, and I imagine they probably used it on a couple other cars as well. Let's see, any other things? Hickory Toy Shows. How do you get to the Hickory Toy Shows? I don't know of the Hickory Toy Show. Deal in the future for 2 of your 2 MR2 toothpaste promo variations aren't nothing rare or valuable, but I'm still needing. Oh, I've got extra of those. I think I got extras of all the toothpaste ones. I think I bought them all for like a couple bucks a piece. And I just wanted to have the package same, so I put them on the deal. I definitely wouldn't recommend using the toothpaste in there. That's got to be probably the most chalky looking stuff that if you ever open that stuff up. Same with some of the candy you got in some of those. I can't imagine. Don't eat that stuff. Oh, what else can we talk about? It's been a little while. Let's do another rip. I've been waiting for this one for a while. Super tough. Oh man, I just kicked the whole tripod here in my excitement. Here is the 65 Mustang convertible with tan interior. This one took me a while to get, and yeah, this is firmly attached. So I think Walter was asking me questions about somebody has used acetone on this. Not on this one particularly, but on a car that he had. So usually if somebody has used acetone, you'll see that in where this is kind of stamped into or glued to the package here, the card, it'll be more where, see this like light blue, or where it's not attached there, it'll be less than that. It'll be kind of open in some areas. That's kind of the biggest way, because once that acetone kind of hits that glue, it obviously allows it to release, and then as it comes back, it doesn't form the same strength or bond on there. So those are good indicators. That's why I was saying, like, if you have a picture from the front, it's a little easier to kind of tell. So like this one here, you can kind of see, and I got it, it's kind of light here. Let's see if I can get some more light on it, because it kind of got dark for a second. That's kind of weird, but let's see if we can get it in the light here. But you can kind of see how this forms. This normally has this little peak here from when they put it together, but you'll see it's kind of like open around the area. So paying attention to something like that for the acetone stuff, for somebody to put it back in there, that's where I kind of look the most. If you're looking on the back, you might see some discoloration. I've never really seen discoloration from the acetone on there. Usually they just try to put enough to allow the card to release. But anyways, those are kind of the things that I look for, is how firmly attached is that card. Like this card, like somebody would have had to have glued this back together, and normally the glue that they use secondary, if they were to re-glue this, would be more of a whiter color. Even if you put like Gorilla Glue and stuff on, it's not super clear, and you'll see it. Plus, it might poke out around the edges. But anyways, this one is securely attached, firmly attached, as I would say. And I got this from a good collector, so I'm pretty certain that this one is real. Bought this one in package specifically to know that this is authentic variation. Once it's out of the package, I wouldn't pay more than $10 for it, because I can go and swap that interior out without any marks or anything like that within, you know, a couple minutes, and then you have that variation. For me, I wanted it to be authentic, so here we go. Finally get to add my tan interior. This is actually one of the cars that I was considering. I started opening up all my cars because I didn't want to pay for it in the package, but now that I have the website, I want it to be authentic, so here we go. And there's different colors of tan interior, so make sure you know what color of interior is in these before you buy them. But you could pop this out, so you can push on this right here, it'll pop that out, your windshield pops out, you pop in the new one, and no damage done to either piece, and that'll make fakes that way. And like I said, I wouldn't pay any more than $10 for it loose, just because that's that easy to do. The interior from the other ones are, you know, are cheaper cars for sure. The white, this one is a parking plates car, right? Body and stuff like that. So like it's available pretty easily. So yeah, that's my advice on that one. And I think I did a video. I think if you go back in my older videos, there might be where I show that on camera, how to pop those out. I won't do it on that one, obviously, but I did it on when I got my red one with Blackwall wheels that was on card. I wanted to see if it was real, and so I popped that interior off after I opened it. Even though the blister was firmly attached, I opened that up just to check on how the wheels were attached and see if there was anything wrong with the crimping area of those wheels. But everything was good on that one, so that one's a cool variation. The red with the yellow, you know, horse and everything with, Blackwall wheels. All right, so where are we at now? What do we want to talk about? Anything else? Oh man, I can't believe I've been going. It's almost been an hour and a half, and some of you have been hanging the whole time. You guys are troopers. I really appreciate it. Having fun. Hope you guys are having fun, enjoying. Let's go ahead and show off some of this new stuff that I got. I know if you guys are following my page, you're probably used to older stuff, but I kind of got inspired by Walter to walk across the street from the post office and pick up some of the newer cars. So I picked up this 72 Stingray convertible. It says new for 2023. It's a little late. Chrysler Pacifica. Thought that was kind of cool with the mud wheels and stuff. I gotta find ways to put all these different wheel variations in there. We got Porsche 911 GT3 in red. It's like, it's cracked. It's got a cracked. I'm gonna be ripping those things. Let's see, custom 11 Camaro. Well, that was kind of cool. I know there's some tougher ones of one of those, I can't remember. And the 17 Audi RS6 Avant. I pretty much got this because you showed me that there was some of these red ones with and without the little fuel door on the side. So I just grabbed that one just to kind of remind me as well on that type of information. I don't have a lot of new stuff. So it's trying to learn all of that. I've got a whole bunch of knowledge of this 90s and 80s stuff and some early 2000s stuff, but I need to continue that into the 2000s and up to now. The RS2 has the fuel door variation. Which one did I pick up? Oh, I picked up the RS6. Yeah. See, I wouldn't have caught that. I'm not a big Audi fan, or know all the different variations for those. But so yeah, so I picked those up just for, like I said, kind of got inspired to put some new stuff. I was thinking about putting them. I might put them on the website and start putting that stuff on. I know there's a lot of them that are, a lot of collectors collect obviously the new stuff, and for them to be able to go get it in actual stores, a little bit more available than any of this stuff is that's on the desk. I can understand that. So I know getting that info. I was kind of planning on doing it in waves. So I want to finish up through 99, all the castings, and get all those in there. And then I was going to go back and probably do, or not say go back, but I was going to go and do whichever year I'm in. So like 2025 is coming up. So I was planning on probably this time doing 2025 stuff at the same time. And then also, in between that, start working on the 2000 up to then. And then eventually I'll go back and do all of the red lines that's on there. So it's going to be a while. Red lines are kind of out of my specialty, so I'm a little nervous on getting those, as there's a lot of things to kind of look out for, and they've had a lot of time to be faked and whatnot. So I'm fairly cautious about those, because like I said, I want everything to be authentic. But yeah, I'll go back and get there. I've got a couple of guides to kind of put stuff in there, but a lot of them don't have like every variation type thing in there. So all the different interiors that are possible, I want to find all that information out. I know that's a big deal on different cars and whatnot. So like all those combos, I want to put together different tab bases, different types of the wheels themselves, right? There's different, the Hong Kong red lines are different from the USA red line wheels and all that kind of stuff. So I want to learn a lot more stuff about it, but I'll get there. I'll be adding all that stuff on, just as I do, just as picky as I am on the stuff that's the 80s and 90s. So that should be a fun time. It might be a little bit expensive, but that's all right. We'll get it going somehow. So dang, we got 7 people watching. I appreciate everybody that's still here watching. Hour and a half in. We just ripped another car, another awesome 65 Mustang convertible. If you're new joining us, I should have took a picture of this. I'll have to do that. This will be in one we'll add to the next video. Next live we'll rip this one up. This is a dark blue car here with the gray interior. So that one I will get pictures of, add to the website, and then we'll rip that on the next live video. So I'll keep that in mind for that one. The other thing I want to probably do live, I got to add a bunch of different variations in, but get these Jeep Scramblers in. So I've got 2 of these, so I'll get pictures of these, and we'll rip those on the next live video as well. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? So we ready to rip the next thing. I kind of have to go Ferrari, Firebird, Ferrari, I think. Otherwise, we're going to have 2 Ferraris. So let's just go ahead and do Ferrari number 1. So here, I didn't have the tan interior open up. This one does have the Ferrari reversed on there, so this one's already on there. But this one is ready to be set free and loose and added to the loose side of the website. So here's another Europe car, another variation. Ferrari F40, and like I said, the Ferrari is backwards. And do I have any other ones sitting up here? Still have this one in package. So here's the Ferrari that's normal, and you can see where it's reversed from that one. This is the darker interior. So here is another variation to put on. The other Ferrari that is after this is much tougher than even that one. I won't say much tougher, more expensive. We'll put it that way. Usually range from the $400 to $500 range right now, I think. We'll be ripping that one here in a little bit. The Firebird is also in that. So to kind of give you an idea of what's to come, what we're going to rip here, we've got two expensive cars left to rip for the night. But yeah, that's cool. I wish it would have. I actually wish it would have been the regular Ferrari Tampo, but just to have the regular release. But I'll take the reverse Tampo one on that as well. I haven't made the. I know there's a request for the mini Trek, so I needed to do that. I keep confusing it with the Inside Story. So I always confuse the mini Trek with the Inside Story. So then there's an interesting thing on the Inside Story. Here's another what if, what was Mattel thinking? So on some of these, and the one that was released on the U.S. Collector number card, the India was spelled wrong. They have a INDJA on the base. So that was another one where they've made that mistake. So you can find the U.S. one with the India and the India variation, and then a couple of the Leo ones came out with that as well. Let's see what base this one has. This is an INDJA base. Let's see if I can get it to show up nicely. So that has a J in it, which is kind of crazy. So what was Mattel thinking on that one? The scream before the song starts would be perfect start. Yeah. What's the rarest Cal Custom car? That's a good question. What is the rarest Cal Custom car? Oh man. I mean the two expensive ones, right? The 67 Camaro and the blown Camaro or 80s Camaro. Those are, kind of the two regular tough ones in them themselves. There's an all small wheels 67 Camaro. I would say that probably up there in that rare area. There's no variations of the red one that I know, the red 80s Camaro that I know of. The white Camaro has a clear window and a black Tampo on those, so those are tough. Rare as in price rare or hard to find, or hard. Well, those are different, right? Price rare and hard to find rare is sometimes not the same. What other ones? There's a 3-window 34 with a black Tampo. There's a 67 or 65 Mustang convertible with black Tampo. All three of the black Tampo ones are running $100, $125, $150. The clear window is running about $150 on the 80s Camaro. The all small wheel 67 Camaro is probably running $250, $300. I feel like the regular 67 Camaro is always available. There's two Tampos, Cal Custom Tampo sizes available on the windows of those, but those are probably interchangeable. Most people aren't looking for that variation. Man, the Ferrari with clear windows are all pink. The Testarossa, those are fairly tough. What else could be in that category of rare from the California Customs? I'm sure there's some street rotor ones. It's hard to say which ones are rare. There's so many of them, but which one directly would be rare would be tough to point out at this point. Once the auction is up and we start seeing numbers come up on those selling, I think we'll have a better idea of that for the street rotors. That is a good question. Let me type in let's go to my website and look, and just to get a little refresher here on Cal Customs. I kind of have the mini truck up right now from looking at the ones I need to change. Let's see, California Customs. The P911 Turbo with yellow wheels. That one is extremely rare. Yeah, I mean, you could say the all orange one is the tougher one, but I don't know if that directly is just the absolutely toughest one. for that street rotor. But yeah, the Porsche 911 with yellow wheels is definitely, instead of the lime colored wheels, there's going to be tough. There's two different ones of those. I don't have either one, but they come with pink or purple in that design. Um, let's see. The 57 Chevy, I've seen it with gold Hot Ones wheels. So that would be extremely rare. It's probably one of the rarest ones. There you go. There's one. And I haven't seen it in person, so we have to verify that that one's a true variation on that. Let's see. I've got all three of the Corvette funny cars. We talked about the three window 34. I don't know of any rare 40s in that. 40s Woody in that. The 63 Corvette, there's some base variations. I don't know that any of them are super hard. Let's see, what else? Testarossas, yeah. Your all-time favorites, good casting. It's a crazy casting. I haven't even got into the side vent window variations of my Testarossas. Yeah, I'm kind of scared about it, actually. But there's a window side vent variation that I need to go through and see which ones have it as well and put that on the website. The Stutz Blackhawk, nothing super rare. There's all three Tampo variations of that. Mercedes 380 SCL, nothing super crazy on that one. Clear windows, that would be pretty tough. That one's kind of a transition piece. So 380. Oh, no, 9. There's no clear window on that. I'm looking at the wrong thing. The Surf Patrol, nothing super crazy. All four of those variations are obtainable. The Classic Cobra, not picking anything out of that I can think of. There is a turquoise in the design instead of the blue. That's probably a little bit tougher. We talked about the 65 Mustangs. There's a bunch of those, but the black in the design would be the toughest one. The Volkswagen Baja, as they call it. That one, no, all four of those are pretty easy. There's a base variation each on the Blackwall and Real Riders. We talked about the 80s Camaro. The Solaire CX4. The blue base, but there's some or some other variations. So having the blue, fluorescent blue base on the Solaire would be a tough one. What was the 57 you said? The 57 Chevy I've seen with gold Hot Ones on that. I know it's not customary. It's not the wheel that would normally come on there, but I've seen that variation. There's also a variation of 57 Chevy that has yellow Cal Custom logo on it instead of the normal like dark blue and black, I think. I can't remember which colors were on there now. I haven't come across that one as well. Let's see, the Firebird or the Camaro Wind, nothing crazy on those variations. Custom Corvette, nothing crazy. We talked about Street Rotor. 59 Caddy, there's only one variation of that I know of. The BMW 323, nothing crazy on that. So, yeah, I would say the Porsche 911, the Ferrari Testarossa, all pink Tampo, the either Porsche 911 with yellow wheels instead of lime, the 67 Camaro with all small wheels, again kind of an error, and then the 80s Camaro, either probably that clear windows. I'd say those are probably in the top ones. Everything else is kind of a mid-level kind of rarity, and then that gold Hot Ones 57 Chevy is more of an error type thing. So there's not going to be a whole lot of those out there for everybody to collect. So I think I've seen something else on the 57 Chevy. It's not coming to mind right now. But again, it has to be verified. But yeah, that's awesome. That was one of the earlier series I went after. I like it quite a lot. The parking plates, I think, is another great series. That one I had a lot of fun. If we've talked about parking plates, obviously that there's a whole international line of those as well. So the Volkswagen Bug, the 80s Firebird, the Sheriff Patrol, the GT Racer, the Bywayman, the Lamborghini Countach, the Mercedes 380 SEL. That's not super rare because you can get on a collection number card. Blazer 4x4. The what they call it, the hot rod. Oh my goodness, what I'm blanking on the actual name of that one. The Leo Ferrari parking plate, that's super tough, right? All that international stuff's gonna be kind of tough. 40s Woody's another one that's in that. But if you look at the U.S. variations, I would say that the toughest one is probably going to be the 300ZX with unpainted base, maybe. I have the Porsche 959 with the tan interior, and I have two different Blackwall variations: the blue tinted black interior, blue tinted window black interior, and the clear window black interior, I think, or blue tinted blue. I can't remember. I have to look at them. I'm missing one of those Camaro Z28 with the black and Tampo base variation. The 57 T-Bird with basic wheels, that would be a kind of a tougher one. The 57 T-Bird with the orange in the Tampo, another tough one. There's a Ferrari variations that's tough. The Testarossa I can't remember, there's an interior variation that's super tough. I'll have to look at that, but that would probably be up there. I don't have one. I don't have that one or the Nissan 300ZX variation. There's a 57 Chevy with blue tinted windows and interior for the parking plates. That's super tough. I had a chance at getting that one, and it just kind of went above my price range at the time. But that one I've seen a couple times now, so there's a few of those floating out there. So that would probably be up there in toughness. What else? I did a video with the Bi-Waymans. That white hub Bi-Wayman is extremely tough. But yeah, I'm looking for 3 parking plate variations to kind of get those finished up. I'd still love to get the Ferrari Testarossa parking plate part of it. I have the car, I don't have the parking plate. I would love to get that, so I'm missing that still. Avon, yep, there's Avon ones. So the Firebird, the Cuda, the Viper, the Mustang, all of those. There was the Toy Fair cars. Yep, you're talking about those. The let's see, my favorite of those is that Chevy Stalker, but the Ford GT90 is another close one. That one has the Diora, the oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the Twin Mill, and what's that? It's a 96 first edition or 95 first edition. Power Pipes maybe. So that was what? So 95 was the Chevy Stalker, 96 was the Power Pipes. I don't know if that's the name of that car. I gotta think about it. Let's see, 97 I think was the Diora, 98 might have been the Twin Mill, 99 is the GT90. I think that's based off of the year for the first editions, ones that come out. I think I'm close on that. What we got here? I need the 80s Firebird with the extra. That's a collector number car. That was not super tough. That's probably the $20-$30 range. 97 was the Diora. Maybe. Could be. Yeah, 90. I don't know. Maybe I have a mix. Yeah, that one wasn't super tough. The 5-spoke 80s Firebird with that lightning bolt that only comes from the playset, that was the toughest one for me to find for that. Finally got the playset and obviously the car. So that one to be, look out for that. But the extra bolt one, I don't know, that one's not super tough, I don't think. But I haven't looked for one in a while, as I've had it probably since 2005-ish. I finally was doing my collector number stuff. I almost had every collector number car at one point, and I knew I was never gonna get like that Mustang. Well, I won't say never get the Mustang, but there was a handful of cars. So like the 271 collector number, I felt like I was never going to actually get the 40s Woody collector number. I was never going to get. There was a handful of them. So those two are the big ones. The 80s Corvette was another one. And so, based off of that, this is back before my website ideas and stuff were coming to fruition. I was like, one, I don't have the space for all this stuff to be in packages, and two, I won't be able to get all these cars in packages. And so I ripped a ton of blue card variations back then. I'm talking like hundreds, and that way I could, basically have the entire blue card, uh, the whole series. I'm talking about 95, 6, 7, 8, and 9 as well. So I ripped all of these cars, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see to have them, all loose. But that's what made me kind of go to that loose area, is because I couldn't afford to get all those cars. So, but yeah, there were definitely tons of variations. And like I said, I didn't think I was gonna get them all in package. I didn't rip packages that I had the car loose already, unless it had a speed points pamphlet in it. Only because I wanted to see, what base variation it had in there, just to make sure it wasn't different from the one that I had. Um, but if I had the car already, I didn't rip it. I ended up trading them out. So like my Monster Vet, I had on the yellow Monster Vet on the 39 card. I traded off, and there's some other examples. I think the Custom Convoy, not Custom Convoy. What's the little military vehicle? Traded that off. I think I traded off my Jeep Roll Patrol off on that as well. But anyways, that was where I decided. I was like, I'm opening up all these cars, and I've kind of been there ever since. And now I enjoy them loose. I like being able to touch them and look at everything different. And then of course, now I have the website, so everything's gonna, one example of everything will become loose. I do have some package stuff other than just the cars. So like, what else do I have? Package, like I got this Ferrari Testarossa I have in package, right? Because I have one loose, so I won't rip them just to rip them. Um, but yeah, it's been a little bit. Let's rip. Speaking of 80s Firebird earlier, let's go ahead and rip this. This is super tough. Leo Firebird. Oh, here's another one with that eagle on the hood. So, if you stuck with me, looks like it's Ricky Bobby on here, just you and me right now. We have ripped another tough one. Oh, Aaron's. Oh, it only shows. Oh, maybe because he's on Bluetooth or something. There we go. Oh, Walter says it's on. It shows one person on here for me. That's kind of weird. I thought you all left. Now they're all popping in. I haven't left. So there's 80s Firebird with the eagle. So here's an example. Two different cars. Same tempo on it. So yeah, it looks like maybe after a while, maybe non-activity. I don't know. Lurkers. Yeah, we got some lurkers. Let's see if they spell. So we got Firebird on the back of that package. We got one more car to rip for the night. We'll save that for a little bit. Trying to think what else we could talk about take up a little bit of time here. Ooh, I should have took pictures of the Fiero. I want to rip that bad boy too. We'll have to do that in the next one. The Leo Fiero. And there's a couple of those that are. I mean, they're all tough. The Fieros are, but goodness, there's some tough ones in that area. I got on while being at work and getting to the shop and drove home and so on. Oh, I gotcha. What else do we have here? So one of the videos I talked about some of the sources and stuff I like to look at. See if I can pull this back out here. So I've been trying to find different catalogs. So here is the toy catalog for '94, and I'll open this up to some of the pages. I think I put some of this on there, but you got some awesome cars in here. That some of them are pre-production, probably hand painted and whatnot. So I like looking at stuff like this just to kind of see, what was, thought of to be coming out, and then, what the actual piece was. So like, let's look here. We've got the, was that Classic Cadillac? I can't remember the name of this one. That's showing like in purple. Obviously it came out in dark blue. What else is something that's rare, or not rare, pre-production on here? I'm not seeing too much on some of those. Let's find another page. There's got to be some more in this. I know there was a couple of them on here when I opened it before. Oh, here we go. So Blazer 4x4. That's got to be a pre-production piece. Dang, I thought there was going to be a lot more than that. The rest of them look fairly close, or are the ones that came out. We talked about the Street Roader being a little bit different, I think. That's pretty yellow, so I don't think that's the color of the Gold Stepper that came out. But anyways, I use these. So I've got a couple different ones. Then I try to find all the years just to have examples of different cars. So that, when I'm looking at stuff, I know. I do have, I think, 5 of the 6 comic books from the 70s. That's pretty cool. I might have to do a video on that, but I gotta get the last one. I'm pretty sure I don't have all 6 of those. Let me pull those out here real quick. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's gonna knock down all my books though. That's alright. There we go. Let's see here. So, edition number 1. Number 2, 3, 4, yep, and 6. So I'm missing number 5, but here are the comic books. So see, Hot Wheels, 15 cents, number 1 of April. See if they have a year on these. Probably don't have it on the outside or anything. But these are cool. So I've got 1 through 4 and number 6, and 6 looks completely different than the rest of them for some reason. What was Mattel thinking on that? But yeah, I have those. So I need number 5. So that stuff like that, I enjoy all that kind of stuff. What other type of memorabilia stuff do I have? I mean, anything that comes with the Hot Wheels stuff, I keep. I'm trying to think what else is there that I've gotten. Actually, I probably have stuff down here, like watches. So I have different watches, so I can put those in, so that this MST Suzuka, I think that's what that's called, is available in that type of package. Here's another one with the GTO. So I keep stuff like that. Or how about a little birthday cake topper, 3 window 34. So that's an exclusive piece. So I keep stuff like that. Yeah, because here's the one that I opened. So what's left of it anyway. What else do I have? Talked about license plate stuff. So we've got the vanity plate for your bicycle or whatnot. All of the CD-ROMs and stuff like that. I've got cards of those. How about a little mini puzzle? I've also got large puzzles from that time frame that came out. So I just didn't, like I said, it's not just that I have Hot Wheels stuff. I enjoy pretty much anything that comes out Hot Wheels related. What's in the next drawer here? It's the collector cards. That one's all full of the NASCAR stuff. So even these little, stickers in the background, I keep those and keep them with the car. So I have a bunch of that kind of stuff. The collector cards. This one's flipped upside down, but this one has a little guitar. So obviously I'll keep all the guitars. I'll probably find a way to get all the different guitars on there. So just a whole bunch of, anything that comes with it. I bought my friend some stickers. So he's a huge Ultra Hot person, so anything that has Ultra Hot Wheels on it, he likes. So I bought these just for him specifically. Posters, Happy Meal bags, and oh, yeah, my wife thinks I'm crazy. So here is the Hot Wheels. This is the Coco's, but this is where you can get the Ford Fusion. So I've got 4 different boxes, cereal boxes of that, and then I have the Hot Wheels cereal box. So just like I said, I've got what else do I have? I have the Happy Meal box that had Hot Wheels in it, so I've got that laying around somewhere. But oh yeah, I have all that kind of stuff. The Little Debbie's 3-packs, I've got both of the 3-packs. What else? It's just random crazy like Hot Wheels stuff. I have a whole book, or no, I don't know, say book, a whole binder of the instruction sets that come with the Hot Wheels. So I'll scan all those in, and those will be available. So if somebody ever got a Hot Wheels play set or track set or something without the instructions, you can print out the instructions. Been saving all that stuff for that. I know I got some other randomness kind of stuff sitting around here somewhere. There's probably more in this drawer here. For whatever reason, I've kept even the cardboard cutouts that come in different stuff. You never know when you might want to use something like that. Oh, here's another pack of playing cards. So, but pretty much anything. Oh, I need to finish my collection of the stampers. Here's a crack up stamper. So I need to finish all of those up. I want to get them all in package. So I have those available on the website as well, but I want to finish up some of that stuff. Shock Hot Wheels didn't collaborate with Lego. I don't think they ever got together with Lego. There was that other, cheaper type of Lego that they merged with and started making, cars and stuff. But I don't think ever with actual Lego company. Stompers. I don't have any Stompers. I know I've seen a bunch of them come up recently, and I thought about starting to get some of those. But no, I don't have any Stompers. Trying to think, what are some other offshoot kind of stuff? I got some in here. Let me see this. Here, remind myself here. But so we have like the Power Command cards. I need to get all those on the website. I don't think I have. I have all the U.S. available Power Command cars, but I don't have all of the Leo ones. There's a couple of Ferraris. I've got a T-Bird Stalker Leo Power Command car. The earlier one, what they called Scorchers, that had the pullback. I want to get those, kind of finish those up. Those are late 70s little series they put together, and a lot of those cars. So like the '55 Chevy will have 78 and 80. 82 on the base is because they came out as that Scorcher first, and then the 55 Chevy in Hot Wheels Mattel side of it, or I guess the new the mainline casting came out in the 82 time frame. So you can see where they bounce back and forth on the year of the base for that one. Same thing with like the Porsche 928. It has 78 and 80 something on the base, so those are kind of interchangeable. But that's kind of what some of that was. Target exclusive. Aaron, there's castings you can put Legos on. Oh yeah, now there's newer stuff that has. I almost got one of those when I was at the dollar store. I'm sure the regular Legos fit just as easy as the cheaper Lego light stuff fits. So, oh, now it says there's 5 people on. So I don't know what it's doing for that number. Seems to be misrepresentative sometimes. What else to talk about? Here's something I haven't really shown anybody yet. The doozy. This one on Leo with the, I'm pretty sure that's the blue tinted window variation. I need to get the clear window variation. That will be one to rip here in a little while. Yeah. So we'll probably open that maybe next one if I remember. It kind of sits in the corner here. I need to remember that. I want to get the play sets, but once we kind of get things stabilized and we start getting the house built on the farm, I'll have a whole space dedicated bigger than what I have now for Hot Wheels. So all the stuff will go up on the walls, and then I'll have display cases on the interior side, so that I can put play sets and all that kind of stuff together. So I'm kind of saving some of the play sets because I don't have a lot of space to put them now when they're together. But I'm itching to rip a couple of them and get the exclusive car out, but also just put the playset together and be able to display it or remake the scene that's on the box. I love doing that kind of stuff. So it's fun that I have all those variations to kind of choose from to be able to recreate their picture or whatnot. But let's go ahead and rip this last car here. If you've been on the website recently today, because I put this on today, you'll note that this was on there and I don't have a picture of it loose. And so this is a super tough one. I won't say super tough. It's just expensive. There is only, 1 of 500 of these, so it should be fairly tough, but it's expensive as well. I'm still missing the Camaro for this series. A couple other cars, but the Camaro 67 Camaro stands out for me right now. But this is a 1998 Zamac convention car, so it's completely unpainted, and then like I said, these will have a black Hot Wheels logo somewhere on there. Usually sometimes they have different interior and windows and wheels and stuff than what some of the regular releases came out with. So there's that one. That's the last one I have to open for tonight. And then like I said, I'll start setting up for what we'll open up next time. I'll do the same thing. Do I have the Mazda Miata convention piece? I do not have that one. So that's one of them I don't have. I do need to open. I have the Dragster I'm going to open up next. Here's the 57 T-Bird. It's already been opened. That was a blister pull I opened. I got a handful of them. I want to get them all on there. I like the tractor and all that kind of stuff. I want to say there's 20 some variations that they did. So I want to get those kind of put together on there and a way for them to, be seen together. So I'll work on that, but I don't have all of them. Like I said, I'm missing the Camaro and probably 5 or 6. It was probably more than that. Probably 10 of them. Like some of them are kind of expensive. Like Camaro is kind of crazily expensive. But I've got a couple of tough ones off the list. So that 57 T-Bird or 57 Chevy's pretty tough. This Ferrari's tough, or higher priced. How do I store all my cars? I have them all in Plano cases. So this one, since I'm working on my Escorts, this is the one that has all the Escort variations. So this is Plano 5324, and same as you watch the WTF OR guy, Owen. This is the same stuff that he was using. And then eventually I have plans to make custom displays to put up on the wall. So I'll be using a PVC board. I'll be making them out of PVC board. We had a bunch of different ball pythons at one time. We were trying to do some breeding and stuff, and I really got into the ball python world for a little bit, and their enclosures were made out of PVC board. and that got me the idea that on a smaller scale size the I could do a display with that, and they come with in 4 foot by 8 foot sheets of plywood or PVC board. So, and you can get them in different colors. So I was going to go ahead and make uh, 8 foot wall displays of Hot Wheels and put those on the wall all the way around. Probably a 30 or 32 by 32 um, size room when we get the house built for all the Hot Wheels. So everything will be going up on the wall and displayed in that kind of fashion. And of course, I'll custom size it for the steering rigs and some of the bigger stuff, castings and whatnot. But that's the idea of it. And then, like I said, the inside, I'll probably have my desk and office space in there, but then everything else I'll just have clear glass display cases so that you walk around and see all the different play sets or memorabilia and whatnot. So that's my huge my huge project for when the house gets built and get all that put together. And that's been in my head for a long time to be able to do that. So it's going to be awesome once it's done, and we'll have all that on the channel. I'm hoping to start building in the next probably 2 years. We got a couple things to get paid off. Our value of a current house is kind of going up with the neighborhood building new houses and stuff, so that's going to help put equity in the house and get us into transitioning over, because we have 93 acres where my wife does the horseback riding lessons and training with the horses, and we got 5 or 6 longhorns over there, and our chickens and stuff like that. So the goal is to build our house on the property, and I can't wait for that to become a reality. Plus, it'll be the forever home, right? So, like, don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. I've moved so many times in my life. Being in the military, I'm really done with it. So, um, this will be the last move, which I'm super excited about. And then my having, building my own place in for Hot Wheels and stuff. And if this thing, if my website and everything takes off, I plan on building a full warehouse and then hiring people and stuff like that. But that's a pipe dream at this moment right now. But it's possible, right? The auction should bring in some money. The website should bring in some money. So we'll see how that kind of goes, and then maybe I won't have to. I could do this full time instead of working. Although working at King's Dominion here starting soon is going to be pretty awesome. So I can't complain too much about that. But yeah, I obviously prefer to kind of do this, full time. And yeah, if I could do a museum, the warehouse, the front of the warehouse I would put all my Hot Wheels, stuff into it. I've thought about opening up a shop in some, when I was in different towns. So before this, I was in the Baltimore area, and that could have made sense. There's a lot more people that collect in that area. There's like hardly anybody that I know in this very vicinity. So if somebody that's going to be traveling, to here is going to be less likely, and it probably won't support having a shop open and paying the other bills and stuff. But I've always thought about having like a shop or a museum or something with Hot Wheels and being able to show off everything and then using that to get more stuff to allow people to see and whatnot. So I have, ideas in my head from that when I was thinking of, okay, we'll have a Black Walls area, we'll have a Red Line area, we'll have the full blue card, like all put together. So that would be, just interesting. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Definitely potential for a Hot Wheels. Yeah, I mean, if this was all up on the wall and all that kind of stuff, it would be somewhat museum type kind of feel going on. And then let's see, I'm in Western Washington. I think you're I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Virginia. So same as Walter. I just found out Walter's in Virginia when I went to go ship his stuff. I was like, oh man, I could take this over to you, but he's 5 hours away, so not super convenient, but definitely closer than the West Coast. But yeah, so as I get through, getting the house built and going into that, some of my videos will switch into that, how that comes together. So that'll be awesome. I'll be extremely excited about putting that together, and just being able to see really everything, because now it's in these Plano cases, and I have, my room is packed full of them, and you can't see the cars, and that's just not as fun for me. So, but when they're all up on the wall, plus, when you're hunting, right, and you can't remember, I mean, I have a pretty good memory of cars, but I don't remember exactly everything that I'm looking for at any given time, especially when you're on a live auction or whatever. I just want to be sitting in my room with all the cars up on the wall, and somebody's like, "All right, here we have this '65 Mustang convertible," and I'm like, do I have that variation? Let me walk over and check it real quick. And I don't have to open up cases and pull cases out, or all that kind of stuff, right? Because I probably have 2 cases or 3 cases of '65 Mustang convertibles, right? Like, I don't have to do any of that. Just walk over, open the acrylic display, and pull out the car, make sure it's the same variation, and then go bid on it or don't, right? So it's I mean, I have the website. I use that now, and my friend uses it for when he goes hunting out at like flea markets and stuff, and it works pretty well. Which we're trying to make it better, and we're only looking at making it into an app as well, so that makes it somewhat a little bit easier for phone use. The view on the phone is not the greatest. We've done some things to make it a little bit better, but there's still some quirks in there from how it gets transitioned from desktop to phone stuff. But we'll work on that stuff. It's just a matter of paying my developer. So we'll have to get some more money in there and see if we can get it kind of dialed in. But once we get it over to the app, that will all be built, to support being on the phone. I think that'll be pretty fun, and help people, be able to find what they're looking for in the collection. The other thing we were looking at doing for like newer stuff is have the barcode scanner and built into the app, so you could scan it in, and then it'll pull up a range of cars that barcode was associated with, because it's not just going to be a one variation. But then you can see if you have that car or not quickly by just scanning something instead of typing it in. You can just scan it, look through that list, go to the next one, scan it, look through the list, and it pops up or something like that. And you can hurry up, and if you don't have it, right, then you can go ahead and buy it, and if you do have it, then you can set it back down and look at the next one or something. But that was one idea. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, the scanner idea, I thought it was going to be a lot better, but when I started paying attention to the barcodes on the back of cars, like most of the stuff from, we'll say, blue card era is like all the same, right? So if you scanned a blue card, you're going to get like 2,000 cars. I don't know, like 1,000 cars. I don't know, something crazy, right? And that's not going to be very helpful. So it's not as super helpful as I thought it was going to be, but I don't know. It'll at least get you somewhere. But yeah, it was an idea. The other thing is, as AI technology kind of builds up and you're able to take a picture of something, right, and then it finds it on the website, that will be very useful. So so they do that with like coins and stuff. Right now, you could take a picture of a coin, and it will pull it up on this collector website, coin collector website, and tell you like all the information about it and the value and all that kind of stuff. So it's getting out there. I mean, a car is quite a little bit more complicated than what a coin is, but at the same time, like, it's getting better. So maybe we'll be able to have technology that you can take a picture of a car, and it goes, this is what we think it is AI wise, and then you can if you have it or not, see if you have it. So, and then do with it as you please after that. But I think we're probably 1 or 2 years away from something getting to that granular of detail for like Hot Wheels cars. And then how expensive is it, right? Just like having a 3D scanner, like, I haven't really seen how much those are, but I would love to 3D scan all the cars, and then that way when you go on the website, you can manipulate the picture, blow it up, but also spin it around, look at any particular thing. But that's another idea. And then, of course, the web servers have got to handle all that data for every car, which I've passed 5,800 different cars. I'll say different cars now because I got packages on there. But if I do the reset on this, 5820. So I have 5,820 different items on the website. Granted, some of those are now single packages and play sets and multi packs and stuff. Did you get not the Hot Wheels MSCHF car? I'm not. Did I get what? I don't know if you misspelled that or what you're asking me here. Maybe clarify on that, and I'll tell you if I got it or not. But yeah, so we're rocking. I think by the time I get done with all of the castings through 99, there'll probably be 7,000 cars, 7 or 8,000 cars in there, and then we'll continue on for the newer stuff after that. So, but I missed it. Did you get the Not Wheels MSCHF car? No, it was a drop a couple weeks ago. They called it Not Wheels. That's a new RLC car. He doesn't do. Oh yeah, I don't have much of the new stuff. I should be keeping track of some of the newer stuff. I do like some of it, but one of the biggest problems of the RLC stuff is just like what he said, sold out before I could check out, and that's just kind of not always that fun. So if you have a subscription to something and you can't get the cars that you subscribed for, like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it'll be available on the secondary market, right? So when I'm ready to add most of these cars, they'll be available. Sometimes cheaper than what they were originally. Often not, but sometimes cheaper. But I do have some cars at RLC Club. I was I think a member last year, but it was just kind of a pain. Oh yeah, here's my 21, but I don't know. I think I don't like the way it kind of goes. There's so many people that are allowed. I mean, you can go on there, but that's not it. I'm not concerned about the number of people, but when people can have 4 or 5 accounts and be able to get all the cars somehow because they have, I don't know, some type of deal to do it, then I don't know, it doesn't make it very much fun to be part of it. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe next year I'll go on it again. Who knows? And then I'll keep up with the newer stuff once I get to that set. I'd be happy if I had all the newsletter cars. Forget the RLC stuff, man. If I had all the newsletter stuff, that would be way cooler. Or maybe all the different convention cars, especially from the 90s, like that Jaguar in the background. That would be, I'd be good on that. But all this new, stuff that comes in, like the small plastic acrylic cases and stuff, I got a couple of them. Like I got that Jeep that has all the flex suspension and stuff. That was pretty cool. But I don't know. I don't know who they're appealing to people that just want to make a buck off of it, I think. So there's some cool ones that come out, but it's just not the same as the older stuff and the way you could get it. So, and maybe it's just me. I just kind of live in that era. But I enjoy it. I mean, how can you not enjoy the steering rigs? That's super cool, right? All the different combinations you can get with those, or this. I don't know if I showed this last time. Right, we got Bigfoot here. That's just fucking sick, right? And this one has the gray base on the truck, but this is just awesome. You just can't beat that. You're not gonna find sorry, buddy. An RLC piece that's gonna beat that. I got convention cars in the corner here. Some of these are extras. These are slick, and there's different ones, different colors. I will say one of the newer variations I do like is that Texas Drive 'em. I'm just tired that everybody's spending so much. They're so expensive. So, and they're only making the sets or series in which they'll be expensive. Put it out as a mainline car, right? The cheapest one was one of the Walmart series or something. I can't remember what series it came in, but the RLC series of the Texas Drive 'em was, probably a decent deal, and then all of a sudden there was like, oh, we're gonna make chase of those too. So now it's super expensive. Um, but but I like that casting. That's a newer casting. Um, what else is kind of newer that I kind of liked? Um, I mean, I kind of like the '83 Silverado, but they've hyped it up too much, so now it's kind of like whatever. And I certainly don't want to pay the '83 Silverado price for the military rods and the fire rods. I do have the cop rods one, and I didn't pay nearly what, excuse me, they're worth nowadays. But what else? What else is kind of, when I say newer, I always mean 2000 and newer. So 24 could be 24 years old. I'm gonna say newer. If it's in the 90s, then I'll say it's from my era, I guess. But newer is always 2000 and newer. What else? There's just not a lot of. I mean, there's some okay and some good castings, but I don't know. I think everything for me is most of the stuff I like is kind of older. Just kind of has that nostalgia feeling, and you can get it in different ways. Like getting like a full set of this, right? If you were to start collecting the window box stuff, like to me, this is cooler than the new RLC piece. And then having the full set of those, there was somebody that was almost had the full set and sold them. That was crazy. But I thought there was some other newer cars. I almost have to look at my shelves somewhere. I don't know. Oh, the Power Wagon. Is that the like they have the Dodge Power Wagon truck? That thing, I like that thing. That's pretty cool. But again, they're only putting it in like tougher series. I guess there's a cheaper version of it. I don't know if it's the Power Wagon name on it or not, but there's a Dodge truck that is has some mainline ones that were fairly easy to get. So I've got a couple of those. Those are awesome. I like those. But there's definitely some of the more expensive ones for that one as well. Not like the Texas Drive 'em yet at that point. Yeah, I don't have a lot of new stuff just laying here. I'm trying to look around. Maybe some of these military rods have castings. Oh, the Ford Thunderbolt. I'm a Ford Thunderbolt fan. That one's a little bit newer. I guess it's probably 22 years old now. So that one, I like that one. Yeah, not a whole lot there. At least not in those series. But yeah, one. If the website takes off and it starts having money available, I'll start getting pulling all these series together, and like the window box, like I want to have a whole display case of all the different ones that you can get in those. I got a whole bunch of different window boxes from the promotion series, so we talked about like the promotion stuff. So I have a bunch of those to open now that I've kind of got a system going for the website on package stuff. So some of those might be going on the website. We can open up some of those next live session. But we have been going for a while, and you guys have hung out the whole time. I can't imagine. I guess it was interesting enough, or not super boring. So I guess there's that, huh? But I think that's pretty much it for tonight. We'll save some stuff for the next time. And I really appreciate you guys. I can't say enough about getting out there and hitting that like button and having people helping people subscribe. So I appreciate you guys with comments, and I know there's an algorithm on YouTube to kind of get the channel built out and stuff like that. So like I said, thanks for all you guys are doing on your end. I really appreciate it, and don't hesitate to ask me for whatever you want to see. I know I'm kind of limited to some different eras, right? The 80s and 90s and some late 70s and maybe early 2000s stuff, right? But if you have questions on anything that's even newer, right, I'll research it. I don't mind, like finding fuel doors on on RS2 Audis, like whatever, I'll figure it out. And we'll keep going. I'll make the website as good as I can. If there's ideas on that, let me know, right? Don't feel like you can't reach out. I want to make that as user friendly as possible, with all the different inner links between all the different type of stuff that you could possibly want to see together. I think it's cool to go on there. Here's something I do. I'll go in there and be like, all right, how many cars had gold basic wheels, right? So there's not a ton of them, right, compared to all the ones that have chrome basic wheels. But I'll go in there and be like, all right, here, we'll just do it right now, right? So we go in here, and we say hub color gold. 466 cars have gold wheels right now, and then wheel type basic wheels. So there's 20 on here, right? And I'm missing some pictures of some stuff, right? But I like to see like oddball stuff like that, just to know that, okay, there's so far 20 different basic wheels with gold that are gold, right? So it's kind of an uncommon feature to have, right? If you're looking for certain combination of window tint and interior or something, I don't know. I just like to do that kind of stuff just to kind of see what's out there. So that's for me, like the website I'm building, with my mind, how I kind of I've seen it and how I would use it, but this isn't just for me. So if you guys have ideas as well, like I'm willing to implement as many ideas to make it as user friendly as possible. Love to find more about the green window. Yeah, we need to find some more of those. Let's verify that as a variation, right? I'm not saying that yours isn't real, but I just, we need some more examples just to make sure. That's why some other cars that I don't have on the website as well is that they haven't been 100% verifiable to put on there. But I do have some stuff that, like I was talking about, those Screecher wheel 65 Mustang convertible variations, I'd like to put those on there, but I don't want to put them on there because somebody could be like, yeah, that's the one I sold you, and I swapped that that window out, so it's just whatever, and I'm like, that'd be one, embarrassing, but two, it's not good information for everybody. Yeah, you sent me a picture. I'll see if I can find keep my eye out and look a little bit harder for a green tinted window on there. If you find another one, let me know. I know you don't want to give it up, but I need an example, right? And we'll put it on the website. So. And the other thing I thought about doing is having a way to have people submit different variations easily on the website, so that it brings it to my attention, and then I could go do some more research, and verify that it's and then kind of get back to them about it, what I find in my research. But yeah, we'll find out some information, and yeah, I'll look at that sheriff patrol car. I'm curious to see it next to the Leo and the French piece that I have. I think the French piece has two different colors of blue that comes on. Like I don't have any of the Masters of the Universe Sheriff Patrols ones, but I think that blue is a little bit different as well. And so I'm curious as to see if it's something like that. But definitely close to one of those two, or if not, one of them is good. Yeah. I'll do the same and love trading and wheeling and dealing. Yeah. I don't have too many. I'm still missing my 5-spoke Miata. And I do have the yellow with ultra hots, and they say that's a pre-production, but I wish I would have taken the picture. Mine came out of a like a little stow and go set. So usually that one is a different wheel style that comes with that one, but mine definitely, I'm positive that I ripped a little playset and my ultra hot came out of that. I remember that part. I remember seeing it in that box. So I've always questioned, like, I haven't found another one, so it's another piece of it, right? Like I want to find another one just to be like, okay, I found two, and the odds that somebody is going out there and putting pre-production pieces in car wash or whatever the playset was is probably kind of rare, right? But yeah, I don't know that that's necessarily a full pre-production piece. I think maybe some of them, slipped out in production and made it into those Stow and Go sets or whatever it was. But I'll keep looking for it, and if you, I mean, now that you know that I found it in that, I'm sure you'll be continue to look for it as well. And if you do, like, let me know so that we can, basically say that that's not a pre-production piece, but a super rare production, car only available maybe in that playset or something. And there's a lot of playsets that have their own wheel variations. Like I said, that '80s Firebird with the orange with the purple lightning bolts. The 5-spoke variation only comes from a playset, so that's much rarer than the extra lightning bolt one. Um, but information like that, like, that's fun to find out and track down, and I like to share it. So, but yeah, we'll keep going. And like I said, if you find anything you guys want to talk about or interesting, let me know. I'll keep looking for a green tinted street rotor, um, and everything else that's out there. And if you want to trade, it's easy to kind of go on the website and see what I'm missing for trade. And I don't have a lot of the more expensive stuff for trade, because if I could buy an expensive car that I already have, I'd rather go buy something I don't have, so that I can get it on the website. So lucked out on, I had a couple extra of the Euro Ferraris for Walter, but I don't have a whole lot of that kind of stuff. If it does, it came in some collection I bought or whatever, and it just happened to be I have multiples, but most of the stuff I don't have extras of expensive stuff. But like regular stuff, all these 5-pack cars, I have a ton of 5-pack cars if people were interested in those, because I've probably got 200 5-packs to open, so there's going to be a ton of doubles of that stuff, and if you're missing a variation of it, so yeah, if you see me opening some of that kind of stuff, and it may be, and you have extras, like almost everything in here is probably extra. I got this just to see if it had a clear window Corvette there, but yeah, there's going to be a ton of stuff that kind of way will be extra. So if you see something there you kind of want, reach out to me. Yeah, the red logo, I only have the one 67 Camaro with the red logo, but keep me in mind on any mini truck variations in the Just Trucks 5-packs. So there's 3. Yeah, if I open up any more, I think I have all of those. So if there's any more of those 5-packs and you want the extras from it, no worries, that'll be easy. But anyways, it's getting late, and I'm surprised. I don't know. I'm running on pure adrenaline at this point, because I'm pretty sure my medicines has worn off. But either way, I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for the support, watching the video. I know we kind of went through a wind down earlier, but for real this time. And I'll keep making some videos. It'll be a little bit more sparse than it has been, but stay with me and keep directing me in which way you want to go. And thanks, guys. So y'all have a good night. That's it. All right, bye.